when someone's barking. You were saying? Really? Well, if she keeps wandering off, perhaps it would be better if you kept her on a lead. Oh, look, here she comes now.
Willoughby, it's all right, Mummy's here. You know, sometimes you'd almost think you could talk.
But, can Willoughby really talk?
Of course he can. Getting him to stop is the problem.
How do you learn to speak, dog?
How do you think? Master the grammar.
Practice when you can.
And avoid mongrels.
Far too much slang.
Now, come along. We can't stand here all day talking shop.
Talking shop? What a silly expression.
There's nothing silly about it in the least.
What do you buy in a talking shop?
Conversations, of course.
Well, I've never been in a talking shop.
There's only one, and it belongs to Mrs. Corey.
Who's Mrs. Corey?
Who's Mrs. Corey? Well, Mrs. Corey's older than anyone in the world. She talked to William before he went conquering, to Blackford and Palin, and to Alexander when he went so great.
We'll have to call her at her shop in the park.
Yes.
There is no shop in the park.
Remember, anything can happen if you let it.
Jane and Michael Banks.
She knows us.
And now he's poor little Georgie.
Who?
Georgie Banks, your father. I remember. He used to give his nanny a slip and come here to my shop in secret.
But it can't have been the same George Banks. That would have been over 40 years ago. And no one can remember back that far.
Oh, listen, dearie, I can remember back that far. Little Georgie always used to love my gingerbread. I wonder if we've got any left today. Annie, Fanny, look lively.
Yes, Mother.
Ah, here we are. Little gingerbread pieces, little gingerbread stars. Ah! Georgie used to save his stars. Now, Mary Poppins, what can I do for you?
Well, I did want to announce the conversation.
Oh, I'm afraid we're all out of conversations. Right, our letters too. See, I've had little chatterboxes in here today. But let me see what I can find. Oh, well, I do have some letters left and a little bit of back chat. And as you say, that'll be 15 letters. What do you want?
Go on, Jane, you can choose 7.
I've got a D, G, R, U, C, L, and I.
Oh, very good, all right.
They're no good. You can't make conversation out of them.
Michael, your turn. 7 more.
I got an A, S, F, E, T, O, and P.
No. All right.
And I will choose an X.
Oh, all right, yes.
All right. Now, what words can we make?
Well, I see dog and cat.
Oh, Rattleplex, that's 9.
Lapitiferous, that's 11, nearly there.
Those don't count. You made them up.
Oh, but where do you think words came from in the first place? Somebody had to make them up.
You know, we can't always use the same letter more than once. Supercalifragilistic expialidocious.
That's not a word.
Well, of course it's a word. And unless I am very much mistaken, I think it's going to prove a rather useful one. When trying to express oneself, it's frankly quite absurd to leaf through lengthy lexicons to find the perfect word. A little spontaneity keeps conversation free. You need to find a way to say precisely what you mean. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
But it doesn't mean anything.
But it can mean anything you want it to. When Stone Age men sure Egyptian pharaohs would have grasped between the truth. Then every single pyramid would bear their sign of roof. Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Say it and wild animals will not seem so ferocious. Add some further flourishes, it's so dark and cautious.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. The Druids could have called it on their mighty monoliths.
The ancient Greeks, I'm certain, would have used it in their myths. I'm sure the Roman Empire only entered the abyss because those Latin scholars never had a word like this.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
If you say it softly, the effect can be hypnosis.
Check your breath before you speak in case it's halitosis. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Well, of course we can say it backwards, which is still a good lie. So sit to the carpet of creepers.
She may be tricky, but she's bloody good.
So when the cat has got your tongue, there's no need for dismay. Just summon up this word and then you've got a lot to say.
Pick out those 18 continents, that's 16 vowels as well.